Today we are gathered here to mourn the loss of our dear friend Nelson, who at the end of the last podcast, true to its word, committed seppuku.
God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. So
this is now a two-person podcast.
Yep.
Holy shit! Oh no!
I'm back!
The ghost of Christmas present has infected him.
Welcome.
Oh, he's growing a giant white beard. Oh, it's Santa's act now.
Yes. Come and know me better, man.
Alright, who wants to sit on his lap first?
No, I'll pass, yeah. You can go first, you know.
You know, I don't really want anything this Christmas anyway.
What would you like for Christmas?
I would like my soul back.
I want the entire season of the final season of Attack on Titan early, so I don't have to wait a week for every new episode anymore, because that's making me all depressed.
Oh, man.
Boy.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to get back on Attack on Titan then.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Yes.
Well,
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone else
Boys
watching. Boys and girls.
Dogs, cats, etc.
No, not boys and girls YouTube, not boys and
That's
girls.
it,
I clicked this video is not made for children.
18 plus only.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ja.
Yes. Wonderful content.
What a good, yes, we're doing very good.
We're doing
I think.
very well.
I think this
Yes.
is a very solid start.
Yes.
We have brought somebody back from the dead, which I think is good podcast content.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of podcasts are doing that, so I think that's very original.
Afterlife was a little weird.
Yeah, I bet.
Not gonna lie. It was, I get down there and I'm like, okay, there's the Greek part, there's the Norse part. I have no idea what that part is. It might be Egyptian, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the Celtic part, don't even get me started.
Man, those guys are weirdos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did bring back gifts because it is kind of the Christmas episode.
Oh boy.
I have
Oh my
mugs.
God.
These are my mugs. You can choose one of these three.
Those are awesome.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Oh wait, were you being serious?
Yes, I'm being serious. Well, I mean, like, I'm keeping the mugs.
Oh, okay,
But,
okay.
but pick one.
But we can pretend to...
Okay.
Because I come bearing gifts. Holiday gifts.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Sparkling cider and eggnog.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I call holiday.
I think I'll take the cider.
All right.
I'll be Aladdin.
I shall be the Harry
Rest
Potter
in peace,
mug.
Robin Williams.
I will. Well, I haven't seen that movie since Robin Williams died. That's gonna be rough. That's gonna be a rough rewatch. All right.
It's okay. Will Smith is still alive, so you got him.
Don't worry. Will Smith is alive, and we'll make the version of Friend Like Me sound as much like Robin Williams as possible instead of letting Will Smith do his own thing.
Yeah.
We'll leave that for the credits when everyone's leaving, so you can hear what might have been.
Might have been.
Why haven't they reshot the animated version, but with Will Smith dubbing over all of Robin Williams' lines
dear
yet?
Lord. Oh, that would. Oh my gosh.
I just want him rapping all of the individual parts.
Oh my god.
I want him to replace all of his original rap music that he released in like the 90s as the songs in Aladdin, just like really poorly dubbed over.
Just like you two poop virgins.
Yeah. Very, very badly edited.
Yes.
Just like you splice together like 6 of the songs all at once.
I don't think this was supposed to be refrigerated in the foil.
It's probably.
Oopsies.
Ooh, that's a satisfying crack.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, there we go.
Excellent.
Wonderful. There's the cider who wants cider.
Finally, at long last, give it to me. Excellent. I imagine the eggnog opening's probably going to go a little bit smoother.
Probably. It is in a milk carton jug thing.
Dang, I don't think I picked that up.
Now, unfortunately,
I was hoping.
Unfortunately, you won't
try
get
again.
the. Lovely. Unfortunately, you will not be able to get the wonderful actual bit of this mug where if it's warm,
Oh, it's one of those
changes
thermal
colors.
things.
Dang.
But
That'd be rad.
So
Do
they're
they change,
sifting.
does it like open up all the Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts characters?
there's
The Final Fantasy characters too.
There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts characters. There are no Final Fantasy characters on the mug.
Dang.
like cider sipping ASMR.
Now then, that's my kind of mukbang right there.
Give me more of that and less stupid drama.
Yeah.
What is is with the freaking the two most vile communities on YouTube are mukbang and beauty makeup.
I don't know, man.
What the heck?
They always want to pick fights. They just, I guess it's just not enough for them. The content does not bring them enough fulfillment, so they must find it elsewhere.
Yep.
I'm not fulfilled with my job where I get to put on makeup and or eat food while looking into a camera and talking to people.
No.
To random people on the internet.
No.
Therefore, I must make drama and fights with the other people in my space.
They have to mix blood into the makeup. That's how they get it to to feel real to them. How they can feel alive.
That's how they get their jollies. That's how they get the jollies.
Anyway, you guys want to chat about the stuff and things we've done?
Yes, that sounds like a
several-
wonderful idea.
And that's kind of what we do.
Yes, it does seem to be what we do, generally.
I suppose in following tradition, I will begin first by saying, of course, what I have been watching for the last week or so. I have been very addicted to Attack on Titan.
Yes,
I have.
I've been waiting for this.
So for a bit of background, back in 2013, when Attack on Titan first aired, I was still in my edgy hating anime phase, so I did not watch any anime. In fact, I swore it all off. So I did not watch Attack on Titan when it first launched. Rather, I chose now to begin, now that I am an anime aficionado, to begin
A
now.
certain kind of aficionado.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, of course. Of all only the best, most high quality anime.
That's one way of putting it.
Sure.
Not Maid Dragon. No, don't worry about that.
Don't worry. He's just an aficionado of interspecies abusers.
Yes. But that is literature. That is high quality content. Anyway, about a week ago, I decided to start watching it because the next season started on the 7th. So I started like on the 2nd or 3rd of December watching it, and I binged literally the entire series by the 11th, which was yesterday. Or was it yesterday? 2 days ago? Something like that. But yeah, so I started...
I would like to, if you read out your text to us in
Oh,
next time.
yeah.
Oh, yes,
In
yes.
that time.
I was going to bring that up.
He says, "Hey, I'm watching Attack on Titan. It's a good show. The intro slaps." And then later he says, "Almost done with season 1, and I'm pretty sure I know what's in the basement."
Pretty sure.
Later on that day, I rescind my previous statement. The next day, midnight, I now see I was so far off my previous assumption that I would like to erase the very idea that I knew what was going on from my mind.
I sent that as soon as I watched the first episode of season 2, and that's when I sent that last message. I was like, so how much of it have you watched, Mitch? Have you watched all the way up to season 3?
No.
He watched.
I got through part way of season 1.
He was in Female Titan arc, and
Okay.
and
bad things were about to
things
start
were about to-
happening to characters that I started to like, and I kind of went, if I just stop watching,
They'll
then
be alive in
nothing
my
bad.
mind forever.
Yes, exactly. Then nothing bad will happen to them, and I just kind of stopped watching.
Yeah.
But
Well-
I guess I have to get back on that.
Yeah, I'll try to avoid as many spoilers as humanly possible. But yeah, I got to through the first season. I assumed, based on the information that had been provided to me up to that point, and based upon the fact that we had yet to see the king be presented, I thought I had known a relative idea of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first season of episode 2 shows up, and a certain character enters the fray.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Well,
no.
wasn't
I realized I was so clueless.
Oh boy.
But God, Attack on Titan is... I can't remember the last time I've been so into a show. Like, literally, I don't think... God, I literally... Because I originally planned to start watching it and then, like, space out all of my episode watchings until, like, a month or 2 from now. So that way I would have a nice backlog of season 4 to go through with the final season. Maybe, perhaps, if I spaced it out enough, perhaps even watch the entirety of the final season after it had finished therein.
Yes.
However, it was not to be. As soon as I started watching, I think I watched 3 episodes the first time I watched, and I was like, yeah, dang, it's pretty good. I like where the direction that it's going with all the characters and stuff. And then they reached the first invasion. And what happens at the end of I think it was 3rd or 4th episode, I assume you know what I'm talking about, with a certain character being consumed.
Yes.
And then I was like, well, now I have to watch it all. And so I watched the entire invasion of Trost in all one binge.
Oh,
and then after that, over like the next 2 days, I think I just watched the entire first season and started the second season.
Well, congratulations, you got through the slowest part of the show.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You just blasted through the part of the show that people complained about the most. Was like, Trost goes on for so long.
What?
Dude. Trost goes on for so long, and it was because watching it weekly,
Yeah.
you get an episode where
sense.
you get an episode where half the episode is Aaron carrying a rock.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, no, me watching it now in the year 2020 when all of the episodes had fully aired,
Yes.
I couldn't stop. I just couldn't. It was like breakneck, a pure adrenaline. I couldn't stop watching it. It was so addictive. But yeah, so I watched basically the entire first season over like 3 days. Then I watched all of season 2 in one day, the first part of season 3 in one day, and then all the second part of season 3 in the next day. And then I watched episode 1 of season 4 the next day. I'm so excited to see where they take it. How far along is the manga?
The manga is well past where
The first episode of season 4 is?
Yeah, I'm assuming I haven't seen the episode yet, but I have read quite a bit of the manga past that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not completely caught up. I've dropped off a few months ago, so there's a few chapters that I haven't read.
Mm-hmm.
But it's well past where season 3 part 2 ended.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. I know. There's a part right after the place where season 3 part 2 ends.
Mm-hmm.
There's a jump, and there's another set of characters that show up, and the main characters don't really show up that much.
Mm-hmm.
Have they shown up at all, or am I?
Oh, have you not watching the final season yet?
No, I only just recently heard that
okay.
it had started airing because it was delayed.
The first episode of the final season, being as vague as humanly possible, is a bunch of characters in a desert. I'll say that much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Means nothing to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Being as vague as humanly possible. But yeah, no. It's funny because whenever I was in the middle of like season 3, like season 3 part 2, when the basement was coming up, I started to get an inkling of what might be going on. What might be in the basement, both because, of course, we had been fed a little bit of more information by that point, but also because when I logged into Facebook, I would be scrolling through my feed, and Crunchyroll, thank you Crunchyroll, decided to show me advertisements for the final season of Attack on Titan, with a nice tagline saying the main plot of the final season right at the top. Yep. So,
Crunchyroll spoiled the entire thing.
Yeah. I was okay. No,
Thanks, Crunchyroll.
Wow.
I was probably I saw the tagline in the ad like probably 2 episodes before the basement. So yeah, I knew the general. I didn't actually watch the trailer. I just like read the little tagline, which kind of gave away the plot, and I was just like. I figured it was going in that direction because of the information we've been given, but it was like
the information you've been given where characters look at a thing and they're like, and a character is like, oh, it's this, and then the other character is like, wait, what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
And then when you get to
this means nothing.
And then when you get to the base, and then they're sitting around a fire, and they're having a drink, and you're like, wait a minute, hold on a second, what? Wait, you have that?
Hold on a second.
And then you get into the basement and they hold up a thing and they're like how
this piece of paper. What?
It's great. It's such a good show.
Mitchell, you gotta start. You gotta keep going. I know it's gonna hurt you.
I'll probably pick it up ASAP then.
Yes.
I'll pick it up ASAP.
It'll hurt
I got
for
time.
a bit, but it's worth it.
It's 100% worth it.
Dub or sub?
Sub.
Okay.
Sub. Generally I'm one of those people who's like dub or sub either way as long as the dub's good. I don't like the dub of Attack on Titan.
All right.
I don't like it. I watched one of my favorite scene in the whole show. It's not my favorite scene in Attack on Titan, but that's coming up in the show. But my favorite scene in the show, which is in the middle of season 2, I watched it dubbed and I was like, I hate this. I hate this so much. Aaron's voice actor's okay. Armin's is weird. It doesn't really seem to fit that well. I hate Reiner's voice actor, at least his performance.
Oh, really?
And the problem is Reiner becomes one of my favorite characters. And Jean's good because I forget the guy's name, but I really like the voice actor. And Jean's my favorite character in the show.
Yeah. He's a great character.
Yeah, he's great. And what was the other? Oh yeah, Matthew Mercer as Levi. I like Matthew Mercer, and I like his performance, but I don't think his voice fits the character all that well. It seems like a little weird casting. I think that was just because he was really big at the time when the first one came out.
Probably.
Because that was right around like Fire Emblem Awakening and everything.
Yeah.
And Overwatch was pretty close around the corner.
Yeah.
And his performance is great because it's Matthew Mercer.
Of course. Yeah, naturally.
Yeah, not his best performance. His best performance is probably Fate Zero.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
I brace.
Yes. Oh my gosh, his performance in Fate Zero is amazing.
When did that come out?
But that show also gives him a lot to work with.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
There's Mitchell knows the episode.
No. Which part, being as vague as possible, which part of season 2 did you say was your favorite, or was your favorite of the whole show?
The part where the reveal happens and the show just kind of downplays it for a bit, and the guy says the thing and then it just kind of cuts back and then you realize what he said. You're like, wait, hold on, what?
Yeah, that was my mind at that section. I was. What? Huh?
It's so good.
My mind was absolutely blown. It's just literally
yes.
out of nowhere.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, what?
Yeah, in the manga, it's one of my favorite panels because it has like I think it's like Hanji and someone else talking and they're the main focus, and in the background you see those characters saying a thing and you're like, just wait,
tiny
what?
Little dialogue.
What?
Oh no.
What?
God, he's so good. The writer's so good at building mystery, building suspense. What a good guy. What a good writer.
2011. Good
oh my
lord.
God.
Wow.
Good lord.
Yeah, what scene are you talking about?
The episode where after Kiritsugu fights Kodomine, after he fights Kirei, and then the blackout, and then it goes into inside the thing. And then it's like, oh no!
And then the oh no.
And then the oh no, and it makes a decision, and you're like, oh no!
Oh no! Yeah.
Oh, that whole episode gave him so much to work with, and I think like there's two voices there. There's Kiritsugu, and then there's the other voice. I think he's also the other voice.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it just gave him so much to work with.
At some point, I'm gonna need to just read the visual novel and then go back to Fate Zero, and then I could actually understand more of what's going on.
I've read Fate Route and Unlimited Blade Works Route, and I like the visual novel more than the anime, but the anime is very pretty.
The anime is very pretty, especially Bloom.
And I started Heaven's Feel, and there was a point where two minor characters say a phrase, and I was like, why is that phrase in this context? What does that mean?
Oh no.
What? And it was great.
Yeah.
Great.
It's like, here's the thing. I love Fate Stay Night. I love Iliasville. Unfortunately, something tells me this character isn't going to.
What are you talking about? If Heaven's Feel is Ilya's route, like it's Sakura's route, but it's really Ilya's route. She steals the show.
Yeah.
Something
tells me
when you get to the bad endings in Fate Stay Night, it goes to the Tiger's dojo, which is Taiga and Ilya just basically breaking the fourth wall and making jokes about what happened and how you got to the bad ending, kind of giving you hints of how to get away from the bad ending. And in the last bad ending of Unlimited Blade Works, Taiga's like, "Go steal the next route from the main heroine. Do it, Ilya." And she does, apparently.
All right.
Because
I'm still worried.
Well,
But
don't worry, you'll probably get to see Shinji beat up a bunch.
Okay, well that is very good motivation. I
It's
do
very
indeed
worth
want to see Shinji get beat up.
Yes, everybody hates Shinji.
Now, let's see.
Except, Evangelion Shinji, no. He hates himself enough for everyone.
Fate Stay Night Shinji.
True.
Fate Stay Night Shinji is someone that I would
Human piece of garbage.
love to see beat up on every occasion possible.
Yes.
There's a choice in Heaven's Feel that I looked ahead in the little flow chart that I was following so that I could get the Taiga dojos and stuff. And I saw a choice in Heaven's Feel, and one of them was a thing, and the other choice was punch Shinji.
Punch Shinji every time. I don't care.
It's best choice.
Best-
It's the best choice.
Good choice.
Is he the Joffrey of Fate Stay Night?
Yes,
Or Fate.
almost literally. Except he has less power and is even more pathetic.
Yes.
Amazing.
But what power he does have, he just uses it to torment people. He's one of those. He's one of those.
He really is a Joffrey figure.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I've been considering reading ahead in the Attack on Titan manga because I'm so impatient now, and I don't want to have to wait a week for every new episode. Wait a minute, what's today? Is tonight?
It might be.
episode?
It might be.
No, it's a day wait.
Oh.
It's tomorrow.
You, chapter 100 is my favorite chapter of the manga.
Is it during the final season?
Yes,
or? Okay.
yes.
All right, fair enough.
And it's coming up. Okay. How far does it go? Do they get out of the
entire?
the first episode? Do they get out of the desert?
No, they have the. I'm trying to think of a vague way I can say this, so there's no spoilers.
Tim, I need to go downstairs and pet the dog real quick.
No, you're fine. I'll knock it out real quick. It happens right at the end of when they accomplish their objective, and one character has been hit by a weapon.
I think maybe.
Right after one character decides to play baseball with things.
Mm-hmm. I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because when you said gets hit
it's
by
a burst
when
ball.
you said they finish the mission and gets hit by a thing, I was thinking, that describes something later on. Are they going out of order?
No. I don't think they are. I think they're going
man.
to.
I'm just thinking about what's coming up, and it's great.
Yeah, I think because tomorrow is the airing of the second episode. I think I'm going to watch that, and then as soon as I finish that, because there's no way I'm going to wait a whole week for the next episode. I'm going to jump right into the manga.
Well, if you do read ahead, there's a certain panel of the manga that just depicts one of the I would say saddest and most depressing and a little horrifying things for one of the characters. Like a character's going through a rough spot, and it's a really rough spot for the character. Isayama, the guy who wrote the manga, took that panel and put it in a frame and put it up in his office.
Amazing.
It's one of his favorite panels.
It's probably his favorite panel because of how depressing Attack on Titan is as a whole. He's like, my magnum opus, the most depressing part of the most depressing manga.
This character gets the crap beat out of them. Let me just do it even more and frame it.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing.
Oh boy, what a good show!
What a good show.
What a great show!
Yeah, very happy.
I would say that the show is generally better than the manga.
Okay.
The only thing, if you do read the manga and if you don't want to read ahead but you can't wait, read the part of the manga that covers season 3 part 1, because there's a bit of character stuff that they cut out of the anime for pacing's sake.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some character stuff there.
Ooh. Okay, I'll have to watch that.
Yeah.
Or read that.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay.
But you're generally getting a better experience with the anime because Isayama's art kind of sucks. He's gotten a lot better. Like if you look at some of the stuff from the first few chapters compared to some of the stuff now, it's a lot better. And the Titans have always looked good because you don't have to draw particularly well for them to look horrifying.
Yeah. In fact, if you draw
It
particularly
kinda works.
horribly, it works even better. Yeah.
It works even better. But the part in the first episode where Aaron's mom holds her hand over her mouth like this.
Oh yeah.
In the manga, the hand is very tiny for some reason, so it looks like a little baby hand.
Awesome.
It's great.
It's okay. She's the
I mean, hands
Titan,
are always
and
a
that little
pain to draw.
baby hand is just a regular human hand.
It's like, well, hands are always a pain to draw anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, when I did my costume class and I had to draw in college and I had to do a little design. When I got to the hands, I just decided screw it and drew Lego hands for all the characters.
That's amazing.
It was great.
It's like, you know what this means.
I know a lot of costume artists do that because they don't care and they just want to get more work done on the designs instead of spending so much time on the hands. So they just either don't draw fingers or they don't draw hands at all, or they do
They just kind
something
of like lop
weird.
it off at the wrist.
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff like that just because screw it, hands are hard. We don't have to draw a face anyway, so
Why bother?
why bother?
With fingers?
But yeah, so Attack on Titan's really good. Besides that, I basically haven't watched anything. I've been watching a ton of Red versus Blue. I decided, finally to start rewatching it because I never watched past season 5, and so I finally started watching it. Got past season 5 when they finally got into Halo 3, and then finally to the point where they started using animation, which is so good. All of their animated fight sequences are just A+. Monty Oum is a god of animation.
Yeah. Makes us all.
Oh
No.
boy, that one was rough because it happened out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was just
Freak accident and surgery.
Yeah, this is terrible.
If it's a shame that Ruby didn't hold up after he died.
Whew.
Poor guy. This was his legacy.
His legacy is Ruby.
No.
Oh no.
Which is a shame because Ruby was on my backlist to watch for so long, and then
you heard
and I'm like,
Jesus,
oh
this
man, I
gets
better
worse.
jump on this real quick, but I didn't, and then everyone says it got super bad.
I
Just
watched
not
the-
near as good, and I'm like, well, that's
I
depressing.
watched the first season and I watched all those specials that came out before the show actually came out, and I was like, hey, this is cool.
This is
And I'm just gonna leave it in my mind as that. That was a kind of cool thing. I
Yeah.
wish it had gone somewhere.
That cool
It's
thing.
like I wish something came of this.
Yes.
I wish they made more episodes.
Yeah. Man, I sure do wish they had made a show out of this. Man. But it's okay because we have all these cool shorts.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've been watching that. I got up before I started watching Attack on Titan. At first I was watching them both at the same time, but then Attack on Titan was just like, hey, how about I take up all your time because you're binging it a bunch, man. So I stopped watching for a while. I'm on season 9 out of 17 right now. I need to get back into that.
There's 17 seasons of
Yeah,
that thing.
17.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Oh my gosh, I only have when I stopped watching they were up to season 8. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But it's still really good. It still holds up. It's good. But apparently, like, most of the voice actors have left and stuff. Though it's like literally all of the Team Blue voice actors have left either because they got embroiled in some massive controversy and got pushed out of Rooster Teeth, or just left. Churches, he left on good terms, but basically everybody else left really badly.
Okay, are the controversies like actual controversies, or are they like where the actors did need to get rid of them?
No.
Or is it Rooster Teeth being Rooster Teeth?
Well, okay, a little bit of that, a little bit of Rooster Teeth being Rooster Teeth, but also they did really bad things. Like one guy who worked for Achievement Hunter, who founded Achievement Hunter for their YouTube channel. He got caught up in a controversy in which he was texting a ton of underage girls.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Not more
Yes,
balls.
that hit me like a truck.
Yeah.
Because I watch a crap ton of like Achievement Hunter.
Yeah. My friend is a super big fan of Achievement Hunter. So whenever he was telling me about it literally like 2 days ago, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, it broke my heart whenever it happened."
And
then
then
he was
I got hit by a truck. I was like, no, not again, not another person on YouTube that I like.
They never stop. It just keeps happening.
Well, I sure hope you don't like Pyrocynical right now.
Oh no.
No, never.
But he was like, so yeah, I just went back and watched all their Minecraft ones because they don't have Ryan in them.
Because the thing was that Ryan always built this persona that he was like this big family man who loved his wife and kids, and then turns out, huge lie.
Yeah.
Well, at least they left because at least like one of them left on good terms and the others left because they were doing bad things.
Yes.
At least it wasn't a frickin' Vic Mignogna situation.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. It's like, Vic, you're a good guy. Why do they do this to you?
It's like, yeah, I don't really know what's going on with Vic, but so far, from my understanding, it's mostly baseless.
It's baseless accusations.
Yeah.
And it seems like a bunch of people just don't like him for one reason or another. But he did try to sue them for defamation, and the lawsuit didn't go in his favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been watching a ton of. I did watch Red vs. Blue up to season 9, and then Attack on Titan took up all of my time. Besides that, I don't think I've watched basically anything else. Basically, those two things have taken up my entire life for like the last month or so. In terms of what I've actually gone to go see besides TV, literally just last night I went to go see the movie Arch Enemy, which is a superhero movie-esque. It's a lot like what's the word I'm looking for? Can I have a little bit of that?
Yes, you can.
Excellent. It's a lot like not Hitch. I was about to call it Hitch. What's the movie called with Will Smith, where he's a superhero but he's like a bum?
Hancock.
It's like Hancock, except instead of having powers and stuff, like the guy is powerless because he came from another dimension where he no longer has his powers because the dimension gave him powers or whatever.
Right.
And he's like a homeless drug addict. And this guy stumbles upon him and starts telling his story.
Boy, that sounds like Hancock.
Yeah. And this guy stumbles upon and starts telling his story to a bunch of big outlets. And you never know what's true or what's not or whatever. It has Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He plays Dennis. And It's Always Sunny. Yeah,
boy.
He's in there. He totally hams it up though. The movie's very clearly meant to be hacky and silly. At one point the superhero guy just turns into literally the Punisher. He wears literally the Punisher armor with a white logo down the center that looks just like the Punisher's logo. Yeah. It's just super hacky and super silly.
Just wear it on your sleeve.
Yeah, it's super violent, at least towards the end. It's very silly movie. It's not one I would recommend going out to the theaters to see, but it was a decent time. Oh no.
That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good.
Bookshelf is about to fall over in the background.
Is fine.
Okay, we're good. Thank God.
So that looked all very precarious there for a second.
That's basically the only movie I've gone out to go see in a long time. Because basically nothing's been released.
It's been so long since I watched a movie, but I will have to watch some because Christmas.
Yes, of course.
Gotta watch Christmas Carol. Gotta watch Nightmare Before Christmas. Gotta watch Die Hard.
Yeah, of course. The best Christmas movie.
Yes,
it is a Christmas movie.
I also gotta watch It's a Wonderful Life because that's great.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
There's not a meme on the internet that's we used to watch movies on a big screen with 50 other people. Yeah, sure, Grandma, let's get you to bed.
God.
Oh, did you hear about the thing WB's doing, or Warner Brothers is doing, where they're releasing all of their movies on HBO Max?
Yeah, and everybody's angry. Everybody hates them. All the actors, in all their movies, hate them. All of the movie theaters hate them. All the movie theater executives hate them. It's not good. Yeah. But they're still gonna do it anyway because they're gonna make a ton of money.
Oh, they're gonna make a ton of money.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's a crazy situation.
When are they gonna release the Snyder cut of Suicide Squad?
Yeah, guys, when are we gonna get the Snyder cut? Come on.
When's the Snyder cut? Come on, give me the extended double edition of Suicide Squad. Yeah. The one that Jared Leto was talking about. Where's the Leto cut?
Where's the good cut with all the good movie in it? Oh God, yeah.
Talking to your therapist years later. They never had the good cut. The good cut doesn't exist.
It
does.
Come on, Grandpa, let's get you a
No.
Come
on, Grandpa, it's time to take your medicine.
The only movie I think that's coming up, at least relatively soon, that I kind of want to see is Wonder Woman 1984. I think that could be good. We'll see.
Yeah.
The trailers make it look maybe a little bit iffy, but the first one at the very least is good. So.
The first one was good until the last 15 minutes or so.
No, I think it's just a mess.
Yeah. I love the guy. I love the actor. I forget his name.
Who plays
Remus Lupin in the Harry Potter movies.
Oh,
I forget his name. I love him, but that role is a little.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think.
The whole end of that movie's a little.
Yeah, they could have done a little bit better with it, but you know what? At least for DC, it was a step up in quality.
For DC, it was a step up in quality.
Yeah,
I have the unrated cut of Batman v Superman that I haven't watched, so
who knows?
Maybe it'll be good, but I don't know how good it can be when you just have Batman murdering people out of nowhere with no build up or anything like that.
The extended edition is just. Batman saying Martha in like 37 different cuts, over and over, looped forever.
Why did you say that name?
Like
what? Why did you say? It's so stupid. It's so contrived.
It's so bad.
Superman called his mother by her first name.
Yeah, it's totally nonsense.
And Batman freaked out about it. Like, it should be like, wait, why do you say that name? It's his mother's name. Oh, that's cool. Stab.
Makes no sense. Yeah, no, he was actually referring to your mother, believe it or not. Yeah, he actually was very close to her.
He was very close to your mother, and he wishes her the best.
Yeah.
He's cursing her name for birthing you.
Yes. Yes. He gave her the Amelia treatment. Yes. If you know what I mean. Oh.
Oh man, I heard quotes from Robert Pattinson, who's supposed to play the new Batman.
Oh yes.
Of him talking about how they told him, dude, you need to work out to be Batman. He's like, no. and they said, we'll fire you. And he's like, okay.
So they did.
We're gonna have a 300-pound Batman.
I don't. From everything I've heard about like what people go through for the superhero movies and things like that, I don't blame him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just heard like on Castle Super they were talking a bit about that, and the lady in Tron Legacy. Like, who talked about how she was glad they didn't continue that because of all the crap she had to go through to fit into the Tron suit. because that thing is insane.
Oh, like that. God, that's awful. But yeah, so recap in summation, DC movies suck. Arch Enemy was half decent. Boom, done with my movie talk for now. So that was movies. That was TV show. I can squint. I can now see on your computer new for your Cyberpunk 2077, which brings me to my next point. Cyberpunk 2077.
Hey, yeah. Did it fall apart?
It totally fell apart in like a million different ways. It's crashed on me 5 times.
Oh man.
Yes.
Looks like they should have delayed it then.
Oh man, I'm so glad because a friend of mine played that a bit of that, and I asked, did it fall apart? And he said, yeah, it's actually been fairly stable since the patch. So wait, are you playing? Where are you playing it on?
PS4 Pro.
Okay, he was playing it on PC. So
okay, it makes sense. Yeah. I've heard the PC version is better, and like the consoles
shocking.
Yeah, I know.
That is shocking.
It's the console's got the PC treatment this time around.
Which about time.
Yeah,
it's about time.
But
how does it feel?
The patch did, I think, performance-wise, improve things a little bit, but I'm crashing like just as often, and I'm running into like just as many bugs. Like the number of times that I'll be speeding through the city and enter a new area, and then like cars will literally pop in on top of me. So either the cars will be on top of me, or I will be on top of the cars as I'm driving through the areas. Or enemies will fade after I kill them. They will literally phase through the world and then you'll just hear as they slam against things. Or my favorite, you kill an enemy and then they continue to talk. So you're looting an area and you'll just hear, "Hey, where are you, punk? I'm gonna come kill you." And you're just like, "What? Huh? Where?"
And you look down at the ragdoll corpse and its mouth is just going, "Hey, where are you, punk? I'm gonna kill you."
The best part is the text appears above their head. So I the first time it happened, I was like, "Is there?" Because I had killed everybody in the area. And I was like, "Where is he?" And so I run outside and I'm like, is it one of the dead bodies? So I run out and suddenly you see this block of text above one guy's body that's like,
"Where are you?"
Yeah.
And it does that thing where it's in the dead pose, and then when they start talking, it's like, "Hey, where are you, punk? I'm gonna kill you."
And then the face resets.
And it resets back to dead.
Yeah. On multiple occasions, I have killed somebody, and then they came back to life, and then immediately died again.
Sometimes, like, similar things happen in Morrowind. Where I can, like, sneak stab someone and kill them in one hit, and as they fall to the ground, this ought to be a good fight.
But
This
see,
is
that game's like what 20 years old.
yeah, but that
almost?
game's ancient.
Yeah.
Just stab someone in the back, kill them in one hit. This is the end of you.
Wait,
As they face plant into the ground.
You kill him. What was that?
what was that noise?
But yeah, there have been a lot of bugs. And yeah, it's crashed on me 5 times. I don't think that the crashing was not fixed, period, by the patch that they released afterwards. I'm crashing exactly as many times as before. However, when the game is not crashing, it does work very well. It does work very well. The gunplay is really satisfying. That is when your bullets actually manage to hit your enemy because they're not glitching through the world. But the gunplay is very satisfying when it works. And the dialogue is some of the best in AAA gaming, period. Like, the characters are so great. The story...
It's the Witcher team, so...
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Witcher team post-Witcher 1.
Post-Witcher 1, yeah. But yeah, some of the characters are so lovable, or hateable, as it is.
Good.
The story is amazing. Every single part in the main story is like hand animated. So rather than just like cycling through a bunch of like canned animations for different sections.
Instead of Mass Effecting.
Instead of Mass Effecting it, where you're just you zoom in on the character's face and they start talking. Yeah, no, like every single part is like hand animated. Yes.
Mass Effect where they talk like this, and then you know that they're talking, and then they do the same animation over and over again.
Yeah.
I've seen Liara do that animation like 50 bajillion times.
But yeah, each part is absolutely unique. And they're all scripted for, like, you can have multiple different outcomes for one situation. Like, there was this one mob boss I went to go hunt down, and I could have either knocked him out, killed him, or paid him off for something I was trying to get. Like, all of those choices radically change, like, the outcome of the situation you're in, which is really cool. And, like, how the scene actually plays out animation-wise, very cool, very cool. So, yeah, the game's really good. I'm probably about... I don't know, 10, 15-ish hours, and I just finished the prologue because I've been doing like so many side quests. I just met Keanu Reeves' character.
Yeah,
he's so good in it. But I mean, like, he's acting obviously.
Well,
yeah, it's Keanu Reeves.
Oh, it's
but,
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, but I mean, he plays the character he plays is so cool. There's a section where you get to be inside of his memory and play as him, and he has this awesome pistol that like kills everybody in one hit. And every time he reloads it, he like spins it in his hand. Oh, he's so cool! Oh my god, he's so cool! And like every single one of his lines is just like maximized for like cool points. Like he is like the quintessential like punk cool guy rocker character, and I am there for it. I am there for it. He's such a great character. But yeah, that's Cyberpunk 2077. I need to get a little bit further along in it, but
Did you edit your genitals?
yes, I did. For like 2 seconds because there aren't actually that many options.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. It's literally.
Well, consider me lied to.
Yeah, they. Yeah, I know. It was like the biggest marketing thing in the world. Like customizable genitals, yeah. But there's literally like 3 options you can choose. And that's it. Yeah, that's literally it. Yeah. Okay. Well, for each
0 out of
individual option, you can customize the individual options with like 3 sliders that have like 3 options each.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
a little bit more customized.
There
yeah.
is that. There is that.
Or you can just choose to wear underwear all the time. You don't even have to choose your genitals. You can just literally there's an option that's just genitals on, genitals off. Yeah.
Nice.
So
But can you see them at
Yes.
all in the game?
you can literally strip down naked and run through the streets of
Perfect.
Night City. Yeah.
That's what everyone has wanted to do.
Yeah.
Ever since that one scene where the GTA character runs around in their underwear, everyone's wanted to do this.
So, yeah.
They said, "But what if he didn't have underwear?"
But it's so funny. You can literally strip down naked and run through the city, but when you go to take a shower, you always do it in your underwear. And I don't understand why.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, it's a very good game. I'm loving it so far. No matter how busted it is.
I hope the game doesn't like run out of material in the way that Outer Worlds did.
Oh yeah.
Because from everything I've heard of Outer Worlds, like the first world has some really cool, interesting stuff, and then every world after that has less and less and less, and it feels like Obsidian just ran out of ideas for corporate dystopia other than just continuing to say corporations bad and stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I get it.
Okay,
I get it,
yeah.
Obsidian. And I get it. Obsidian, of all companies in the games industry, Obsidian knows that corporations can be bad and stupid. Boy, what happened?
We jumped through time. I'm 80 years old now.
Don't worry, King Crimson.
Oh yeah, there you go.
King Crimson.
Crimson.
That means nothing to me.
Don't worry, you should probably watch Attack on Titan, JoJo, and another show that I can't think of.
Yes.
Off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Anyway, I was sitting in. Their ending was disappointing and stuff because it was too good, and there wasn't enough bad in the good ending.
Oh,
it's really disappointing.
yes.
Yeah, that's basically what I was gonna say.
Yes.
All right.
Anyway, what were you talking about again? Games and whether they're good or bad.
You played Cyberpunk. That's
yes.
what we're talking about.
Yeah, Cyberpunk. That's very good. I would recommend you wait until it gets patched to be less bad.
I mean, I'm just now getting into Morrowind, so like, that's not.
Don't worry, I
am the
all
most
3
patient.
Witcher games.
I'm gonna say something perhaps verboten here, but somehow, and I have no idea how, CDPR has managed to make a game that is more buggy than a Bethesda game. I did not think that was possible. I did not think that it was humanly possible. But you know what? I never crashed in Fallout 4. I have crashed 5 times in Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Here's the real test. Is it as buggy as No Man's Sky on launch?
Oh god, that is. I would say it's probably more buggy.
Please.
The only reason I say that is because I did not crash in No Man's Sky. But in terms of like the pure like volume of bugs, I don't know, probably No Man's Sky. Yeah.
Well.
But I think it's much more noticeable in CDPR in Cyberpunk 2077 because like it's a massive open world and like basically almost all of the bugs are related to like popping.
Yeah.
So like you'll literally just be walking along and somebody will be in like 2 like polygons and you'll walk up to them and stare at them for like 15 seconds and they will remain 2 polygons and then finally they'll just jump in like as a full character. Or you can be on a main quest and walk into a main quest room like I did today and stare at the person who's supposed to be giving you the main quest for like a straight minute and the entire area around him is it has no resolution or anything. And then finally, after a minute, everything loads in, and he's like, "Hey, come over here, sit down." And yeah,
that reminds me of the times I played PUBG, and I tried it back then it auto set the graphics to the highest setting, so I drop down and I'm in the middle of a blank street surrounded by untextured fun houses that I can't walk into because it hasn't loaded in.
That's amazing.
Oh man!
All 2 polygons loading in on the map. All 2 pixels of the texture.
Oh man! Yep. And then I figured out what was happening, and then I was able to have a bit of fun with that game. Back before they let Fortnite take their lunch.
Rip PUBG. What could have been?
What could have been?
Yeah. But I've been streaming all of that on Twitch, by the way, on my Twitch at Lovely Apocalypse. So if you want to come watch me,
all right.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been streaming it. I had my friend Trevor Burhan and did Logan drop? I think my cousin Logan may have dropped in, but yeah. I just finished. I think I have all the VODs on my channel. So if you want to watch the opening 10-15 hours, feel free.
Man,
all right, cool.
Opening 10-15 hours. Count the crashes.
It sucks too because on PS4, if you're streaming directly from PS4, if the game crashes, then it shuts down your stream.
Yep.
So I'll literally be streaming for like 30-45 minutes. The game will crash, the stream will end, and then I'll have to reset it. So now I have this extra VOD. And you can only have like 10-15 VODs at a time, so it's just like awesome. That's one less. That's one more to the deletion pile.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But besides Cyberpunk, before Cyberpunk came out, I played the new Superhot. That's it. I started.
Yeah.
New Superhot's pretty cool. It's almost like a roguelike. So the way it works is there are a selection of levels that you have to beat like per area. So there are multiple floors to the game where it's taking place inside of a computer. And you have to get through a certain number of levels to get to the next level. So you start out in like the first area has only like 3 levels per section, and after like every level you get an upgrade that you get to apply to your character. So like you start with a katana, you start with a gun, your bullets ricochet, you get an extra life because you start out with 2 lives instead of 1, so you don't die instantly. Every 3 kills you heal or something like that. It's pretty fun. They changed up a lot from the first game. Like there are now unkillable enemies that spawn in like every 3 levels that have like a unique ability. So like one is like a dog guy, and you can't kill him, and he will teleport to you after a certain period of time. And in order to dodge it, the only way to dodge it is you constantly have to be moving.
Oh my
so
gosh.
yeah, it literally it throws off the time slowdown mechanic, because like if you stop for too long. Then like he'll get your exact position and shoot directly at you and damage you, so you have to constantly be moving. It's crazy. Yeah. And then there's a ninja who throws his sword at you. There's a guy who will swap bodies with you.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, no, it's totally fun. There's one level in it where you there are 100 levels you have to beat all in a row without dying, or you have to reset.
Oh my god.
It's next to impossible. I tried it like twice, and then I was like, after like an hour and a half, and I'm like through like 15 levels, I'm like, I can't. Not anymore.
No.
But that game was a blast. And then after the game is done, you literally have to re-download the game to play it. So what happens is that you get it, so you delete quote unquote the game from the computer, because like I said, the whole game is taking place inside of a computer. You delete the game from the computer, and then you have to sit at a loading screen for 2.5 hours to re-download the entire game. It's absolutely crazy. It's really cool though. So that's Cyberpunk. I can't get it out of my head. I can't. It's hacked into my brain like in true Cyberpunk fashion.
Oh no.
Mind Control Delete. That's what it's called. Super Mind Control Delete. I think that's the only other game I played since we last met up. I'm trying to think. I played Hollow Knight. I think I mentioned that the last time we were here. Yeah, I played through it. I tried to 100% it. And I technically did. I got like 107% at the end, but I didn't get the true final ending, and that does kind of make me sad. Because there's the normal ending in which you defeat the Hollow Knight and then get trapped inside his chamber. There's the one where you figure out what's corrupting all of Hollow Nest and defeat the true final boss. And then there's the true secret ending, which is something they added into the DLC, where you have to go through the entire game, defeat every single boss in the map. Then you go to this guy on the corner of the map, jump into his head, and then you proceed to do a boss rush, a series of boss rushes, of which there are 5 in total, in which you have to defeat a series of bosses all in a row, 3 times, 4 times, and then for the 5th and final one, you have to defeat every single boss in the game, like 50 bosses in a row, all in their harder forms. So you have to defeat 50 bosses in a row, all in their harder forms, all without dying. What was I going to say? Oh god, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, you literally have to do that, and if you do all of that, you get the true secret final ending. It's pretty nuts.
Thanks.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I literally, all in all, it's the last boss rush. If you play incredibly efficiently, will take like 2.5 hours to beat.
Oh my
just
gosh.
of sitting down and playing through it.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
No.
And that's assuming that you beat it. Oh god. Oh yeah. Drive update. Thank God. I thought it had crashed again.
Get out of here.
But that's assuming you beat it on your first go, of course, because you could get in there, get like an hour in, die, and then have to reset it all. So all in all, it could take upwards of dozens of hours just to beat that one boss rush.
I think Completionist had to do that.
Yeah, I do not envy him.
I think he also ended up hating that game because of it.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because, like I said, they're all harder forms of the bosses. Like, sometimes the bosses will be doubled. Sometimes there'll be spikes all over the arena. Sometimes, I think there's one where, like, the floor is acid or something. It's absolutely crazy. Like, you can't touch the floor. I have no idea how. I didn't even get to that boss rush. I got to, like, the 3rd boss rush, died, like, 5 times, realized this is impossible. I'm not even going to try, and just gave up. So I never got the true final ending. But I did get, like, 107% completion, so...
There we go.
Yeah. Hollow Knight's a blast. I love that game. I don't think I've done basically anything else since then. I haven't watched anything, I haven't played anything. I haven't really read anything. I guess have I read any manga? I think I may have. The only thing I've been reading is like One Punch Man, but now I'm gonna have to start reading Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that just about covers me for like the last month or so. What about you,
Let's
Sir
see,
Mitchell? What have you been up to?
I've been playing, let's see, more Hades.
I love. Oh yes.
He has the list. It's very helpful.
Yeah.
I've been playing more Hades. I finally got past Theseus and the Minotaur.
Hey.
Finally got past him. Got through the next part and got to Hades himself.
Oh yes.
And then Hades kicked my butt.
as is tradition. Yeah.
I actually got him down below like half health.
Oh dang. Nice.
But he just landed too many hits on me before I learned his patterns.
Oh,
And
yeah.
That stupid spin circle covers half the stinking arena.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's why I always run the shield. Because the shield, literally, if you just face him whenever he does that attack, it blocks it all the time. So
man,
the shield is
super
just
useful.
Yeah, it's too good for its own good. I think it's like the good. It's like the cheese weapon almost.
It is very cheesy.
Yeah.
Because that's how I beat Theseus and the Minotaur was with the shield.
Oh, with the shield, yeah.
Just running around pillars, toss shield,
Yeah.
toss shield. And I'm like, I see the life bar going down, so I'm just gonna keep doing this until the game tells me to stop.
God, yeah.
So
Hades is difficult, and then if you face him with all of the burn, because have you gotten? Oh no, you haven't, because you haven't beaten him once already. Okay, never mind then. But once you beat him the first time, you get this. You get the ability to add modifiers, difficulty modifiers.
Oh no!
And there's one that makes all of the bosses progressively more difficult, and his more difficult version is just impossible. I have no clue how you're supposed to be able to beat him.
Oh boy, let's see.
No.
I've been playing more Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah!
I saved Rize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rise's great.
Yeah, I saved Rize. I got through the next dungeon, and I'm on, the Heaven dungeon.
Oh, you got to the heaven one.
Yeah,
Heaven,
that's...
wow.
Yeah. And I got
don't
to...
worry, it's just color swaps.
Okay.
In Persona 3 and 4, the different dungeons are basically just color swaps.
Yeah,
Awesome.
they all function the same. They're all like a grid.
Yep.
So, got there, and I got to the boss. I have not beaten the boss yet.
Mm-hmm.
He has a ridiculous amount of health.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got to learn the patterns and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on that.
Yeah, that guy. Oh man. Oh, I'm remembering that part of the story.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you have Naoto. How's Naoto?
Naoto's great, yes.
Naoto's great.
I didn't need get Naoto. Naoto's
Yes.
great.
Yes, Naoto's great.
Naoto's great.
Yeah.
That's all I need to say.
We are both in agreement that Naoto's best waifu.
For
is
Naoto's
Persona
neutral special, she wields a gun.
4. Yes. What's
Like everyone else has like a sword, so Kanji just has like
a
chair.
Listen, I respect
Chie
Kanji for
just
just
kicks
having a chair.
people,
Yeah,
and
the main character, big sword.
Yeah.
Yosuke, 2 knives. Chie kicks people.
Yukiko,
a fan.
Fan.
She throws fans.
She throw fans.
Teddy,
Sharp fans, man.
Kanji, a chair because just
Why
beat
not?
him with the chair.
Why not?
Or like
just
chair, table, a shield,
table,
like
a
a big
shield.
old.
Just beat him
He's
with
got like a riot
a-
shield at one point.
a large metal object.
Large metal objects that
Large
are not
flat metal
weapons.
object.
I like that very vague description.
Yes.
Large metal objects that are not weapons.
Teddy has either
a weird-
a
like
claw,
weird claw.
or a club that he puts on
Makes
his
sense.
big giant hand
That makes
because he's a mascot bear.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Naoto has a gun.
Naoto has a gun. Pew pew.
Everybody's
And then
like,
her
yeah, I
claw.
can't wait to beat this guy up.
Have you seen Naoto's crit animation?
Yeah, just the
She just walks forward, bang, 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 kick.
yeah, bang, 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 kick.
It's
Amazing.
great.
I also
had
like the
one
like the
weapon.
follow up attack, where it's just like,
Yes.
like with way more bullets than she has
Yes.
in the 6-shooter revolver.
Oh man, I had a gun that crit so many times at one point. It was insane.
Oh, that
It
sounds
was
good.
great.
I
It
had
was
like
great.
a pair of knives for Yosuke that crit a lot
Yeah.
that I used for a long time.
All right, what's your party going into the end?
Right now it's just Naoto, Chie, and Yukiko
Okay.
because I'm gonna have Naoto in there,
Yes. Yes.
and I need a healer, and Yukiko's
Yes.
pretty good at that.
I'm glad you got
And I might as well have Chie, because Chie and Yukiko have that dual attack thing.
Yes. I went with Kanji, Naoto, and Teddy.
Yeah.
Teddy to be my healer because I had max.
Yeah,
I had max
Always.
social link with him. I didn't have max social link with Yukiko because I didn't care about Yukiko.
I got to max with Yukiko.
Yep.
I did not romance her though.
No,
I shot her right down.
It's
The mascot character always has to be the dedicated healer.
Yes.
Always.
But he also has a lot of other like support abilities, so I like that. And then I had Kanji for physical attacks, and because Kanji's great. And then I had Naoto for just magic stinger stuff, big magic nukes.
Yeah, I mostly
Megiddo was good.
Yeah, I usually just handle the debuffs, debuff stuff. Since I have such a wide variety of personas anyway.
Yeah, I went with just me and Naoto doing magic nukes.
Yeah,
and then
that works.
Kanji physical attacks and Teddy doing support.
Yeah, I have Chie for physical because she's also good at that.
Yes. Man, isn't that game great?
It is great. I'm having a load of fun. I got to the whole Persona 3 reference event.
Yes!
Which is great.
Oh
You see
my gosh.
Chihiro! Chihiro's there!
Yes! It's so good!
It's so good!
I guess I have to play P3.
Oh my gosh, dude! I gotta send you the clip of that from the anime because it's amazing.
Oh, lovely! Yes,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
The characterization of you in the Persona 4 anime is fantastic.
It's good. I have seen like a few random clips.
It's
just super dry.
Super dry and weird.
Yeah. Super weird.
It's the third choice. It's always the
He's
third
always
choice.
the third choice. I usually pick the third choice too.
I like for Persona 4 and I think also Persona 5 they kind of unofficially make the third choice always the canonical choice. So for you that means the dry weird option, and for
Kanji, no question.
And for whatever that they changed the name a few times for Persona 5's protagonist for whatever is it's the kind of asshole-ish option.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh,
only third option.
I haven't gotten to it yet, but I have seen a choice in Persona 5 where you're talking to what's his face, the old guy, forget his name. Coffee shop guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sojiro. You're talking to Sojiro, and the options are like, "What's good, Daddy-o?" and then the emoji thing where it's I forget how you call it, but and then kek.
So good.
What a set of options. I don't know what to choose.
Yeah. And then I also got to like the beach event for everyone went to the beach.
Yeah,
of course.
Of course.
Naturally.
It's like which one are you? Which girl do you want to see in their swimsuit? Main character, Kanji, no question.
Yes.
I'm like, do I have the courage for this? Yes,
Kanji,
no question.
Did you guys see the stream in which esteemed VTuber Calliope Mori did nothing but beg?
Yeah, I have not seen it, but I know that she just begged to play Persona 3.
But begged Atlas to play Persona 3 on stream for like 2 straight hours.
Fantastic. I really hope they do.
Have you seen the bits of her playing Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes with Korone?
I've seen one. I've seen that one.
Yes, I have. I'm Die. Thank you forever.
I am Die.
I'm a Die. Thank you forever.
Wait, what? Yeah, that's the one thing that I've seen of it. Let's see.
Just talk. It's so nice because like Korone's been trying to learn English and everything, and it's great. And Calliope's trying to use more basic English so that she can understand. And it's great. Mm-hmm. It's great. It's cute and hilarious because Korone is sometimes messing up and trying to explain things in English. With those symbols.
Amazing.
That's the Culture Festival. I got that.
Yeah.
The Culture Festival was a hoot. Go sit in the girls section. Because in Persona 4, the Culture Festival, Yosuke has a joke to suggest a group date cafe thing.
Oh, nice.
And it wins.
Hey.
And he's like, I didn't want this to win. It was a joke.
I didn't want this to win. What even is a dating cafe?
So they're like, all right, we're doing like speed group dating, I guess.
Amazing.
And it's like, oh, we have like 4 dudes and 2 girls. Someone's gonna have to go sit with the girls section, and you can just volunteer.
Yes, you can choose Kanji or Yosuke, or you can volunteer.
Yeah,
and I volunteered.
You volunteered.
Yes, and it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. You can make them very uncomfortable.
You just make Yosuke extremely uncomfortable.
You can make Yosuke question his sexuality.
It's hilarious. Oh, tormenting Yosuke is one of the best, one of the greatest pastimes.
Making Yosuke question himself is fantastic. Kanji, no question. Cut that out.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, back to the whole Persona 3 reference event.
Yes.
You get to stay in that hotel with the boss.
Yes!
They fought the boss in,
Yes.
which is a love hotel. They set the students up in a love hotel.
Yes.
What the hell?
They were all booked. Everyone else was booked.
Yeah, I believe that professor. I believe that teacher when she claims that.
Yes. my
the
gosh,
beauty,
that
the beauty
teacher-
contest,
the beauty contest.
where the main character Yosuke and Kanji cross dress,
Oh,
Yeah,
amazing.
they did a beauty contest, but
and
then
Yosuke signed up all the girls.
Signed up
and
all the
in
girls,
revenge, the girls signed all the dudes up for the cross dressing pageant.
it's amazing.
It was fantastic.
Astounding.
And then Teddy
And
walks
then,
up,
and then Teddy wins.
and then Teddy wins. It's like what the. And then Naoto wins, and she doesn't even show up for half this.
Yes. Oh man.
Oh, and then let's see the hot spring event afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
Naturally.
Stand your ground, man.
Stand your ground.
Why are we doing this?
Retreat.
Oh, that game has a few issues here and there, but it's just a joy
It
to
is
play.
so much fun.
Like the difference between the cast of Persona 3 and Persona 4 is Persona 4's cast. Persona 3's cast. I want to watch like a show about them.
Yeah.
I want to watch like a story with these characters. Persona 4, I want to hang out with these characters.
I want to see a
Distinct
sitcom.
difference. Like, both are very good, but they're different.
Very different.
And
So
Persona 5 is a bit of both.
Yeah.
yeah, and I have to get to that at some point. Been playing more Morrowind.
Yes.
Yeah. I finally managed to get my new stronghold, the new fancy modded version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fancy. Super nice, super big, lots of good stuff.
I do like it.
Trying to learn enchanting, so I've enchanted a couple of blades. I made a sword with lightning on it that I called the Enlightening Blade.
Of course.
Very good. Very
Of
good.
course.
And it just
is there a
deleted.
chance for the enchantments to blow up on you?
They have a chance to fail, in which just the crystal, it fails and you lose the crystal, but you keep like whatever you're enchanting.
Ah, okay.
You're not like going to risk losing a good weapon or armor.
I was hoping for a situation where you end up like a scientist in a cartoon where it blows up in your face and it's just your hair's all poofed out
And your
covered
face
in
is black.
soot.
Yeah.
No, you just lose the soul gem, or you could just come back save. You could fortify your intelligence several hundred times over.
In true
in
Morrowind
true
fashion.
Morrowind
Have you heard about the thing that's the bug in Demon Souls remake?
No.
No.
There's a bug where you can give yourself infinite luck.
Oh,
They
nice.
added into an item. One of the few things they added in. It's an item called like a gold coin or something, and you use it to raise your luck so that you can find items easier. It's supposed to it's supposed to help you find items easier, but it doesn't raise your item discoverability rate. It raises your luck stat instead, which is tied to item discovery. And if you use the item and then talk to the maiden in black, who is the lady that you talk to level up, for some reason it maxes out your luck stat infinitely.
Amazing.
And then thankfully like luck isn't tied to anything in the game except for one weapon called the Blue Blood Sword, and it turns that into a one-shot weapon. You one-shot everything in the game.
Astounding.
Lovely.
Thankfully, when you do that, it also raises your soul level to that much, so you can't invade people who are like level 2 with this one hit weapon.
Yeah, that's nice.
But you can also, when you die with all those you can reset it to where you have a bunch of souls, like loose souls to level up with, instead of it all being in the luck stat. And then you can literally give your character max stats and everything.
Oh no.
But the same thing, you can't invade people who are lower. So if you have that, you're only going to be invaded by people who have the same
done the same
stats, and you're only going to be invading people who've done the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to patch it out, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, that is hilarious. Let's see. Been reading. I finished Magnus Chase and the Trials of Apollo series.
Hey.
Trials of Apollo is largely just unnecessary.
Oh.
It's not
I
bad
like
by
that.
any means. It's just unnecessary.
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 I like that
What
description.
is he doing? Anything after that?
I haven't heard of anything.
When did the last one? When did the last one come out?
I
Was
don't
that
know.
like a year ago?
I don't know.
We're like a brick rider.
But Magnus Chase, I would recommend. That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad for that.
Yeah. So do you want some basic spoiler-free-ish spark notes for Trials of Apollo?
Sure.
Sure.
All
Sure.
right.
Just why not?
Well-
I don't know if I'm ever gonna read it. Okay.
Yeah.
The last Trials of Apollo book came out this year.
Oh, dang.
Magnus Chase was 2017, but it's a 3-book one, like the Kane
Yeah.
Chronicles. So far, no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
No idea what's next.
So, because at the end of Trials of Apollo, there was like a hint that Nico was going to go on like a quest that they received a prophecy, but he didn't actually write the prophecy out, hinting that he's done writing the series. So we don't know. Because he's like, yeah, they're still demigods and they're still going to do quests and adventures and stuff, but
Okay, so it's
he didn't actually give an actual prophecy.
The door is open
The
to where
world
he
may never know.
could keep going, but he doesn't have to.
Does not have to.
Well, I kind of hope he doesn't.
Yeah,
At least
I
not
think
for a
that's
while.
Yeah.
Let's get a new series. God dang it.
Let's get some Celtic up in here.
Oh, I want Celtic mythology to get more love.
Never.
Yeah.
'Cause
Unfortunately, there's so little known about it that how do you write a series about
we know about Cuchulainn or Cuchulainn.
Yeah,
How the
Cuchulainn.
hell do you pronounce it?
it?
I don't know.
Cuchulainn.
The
Macaulay
how
Culkin.
do you pronounce it? The general consensus is I don't frickin' know. There's like 20 different pronunciations. They're all considered correct.
Yeah. Depends on who you ask.
How do you pronounce that? Yes.
Yes.
We're pretty consistent on Diarmid, That's
good.
about
we
it.
got something. We got something.
which is spelled Diarmuid.
Yeah.
Diarmid.
Celtic Celtic pronunciation is odd
It's
in general.
bizarre.
It's quite bizarre, and it makes no logical sense, which makes learning the language extremely difficult
Can
and
I-
time-consuming.
Can I just get a movie about Cuchulainn? Because Cuchulainn's freaking awesome.
One
I
of
thought
these
that was
days.
called Fate Stay Night.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, there's a Fate Stay Night fighting game,
Ah,
and it's kind of busted. And guess who the two highest tier characters are?
uh-oh. Lancer.
Lancer and Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Lancer spent all of his luck being a top tier
Tier
character
character
in
in
a
a
fighting game that nobody remembers.
There went all his luck. Yep.
Astounding.
What a guy. What a guy.
Alright, so let's see. Trials of Apollo Spark Notes.
Yes.
So, as you may have recalled in the Heroes of Olympus series, Python took over the Oracle of Delphi.
Yeah.
So basically, Apollo gets cast down as a mortal to go fix that problem
Fix it,
and
this,
fix a
please.
bunch of other Greek oracles along the way
Ah.
that aren't really too important. So
Oh.
I'll skip most of those. And in the process, there are 3 kind of semi-godlike emperors from Rome who have attained semi-godhood,
Oh.
trying to stop him because they are evil.
They are evil.
They are evil. Let's see. It was Caligula,
Okay.
Nero.
Of course.
Uh,
Constantine.
I don't think it was Constantine. It was some other. It was.
Octavian. Augustus.
One of them's.
It was some. I don't know. And then the third guy.
Trajan.
I don't know.
I'm trying to. I'm just running through the list of Roman emperors I remember, and I'm not. And none of them are coming up.
Apollo.
Mm.
Oh no.
And like Caligula and Nero, that makes sense.
Uh,
Those two are nuts.
Commodus.
Commodus?
I
don't freaking
I didn't hear of him either. I don't know. No,
Uh,
he's not super important. He dies.
Don't worry, he's not important. He dies like in 5 minutes.
He's like
Yeah.
a solid D tier Roman emperor.
like even in the books call him like the weakest of the 3 anyway.
He's the James
So
K.
there's-
Hulk.
He's
Yeah.
literally there
Roman
to be a
emperors.
jobber.
Yeah.
He's there to die.
Yeah.
Born to die.
So yeah, Apollo and his new mortal sidekick Meg, a daughter of Demeter,
Oh, okay.
go around and try
Haven't had a Demeter kid.
Yeah, so that was super cool.
Yeah.
She grows lots of plants
Yes,
and stuff,
that
and
makes
uses
sense.
them in very creative ways
That
to
makes sense,
help them
yes.
out of problems,
Yes.
which is nice.
Yes.
And we kind of get a little catch up on what the 7 demigods have been doing since Heroes of Olympus. Get a little
Good.
update. So it's not bad. It's just largely unnecessary.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Apollo defeats Python, becomes a god again. Woo!
Yay. What?
And he's
I didn't realize that it would end that way.
no, he falls into the primordial chaos and dies forever. And now there's only 11 gods left, and the world is thrown into utter chaos.
Yeah, well, I guess the snake god in Kane Chronicles actually won.
Yep, he won in the end.
I forget what that
Go
snake
team.
god's
Apophis.
name is. Apophis, yeah. Yeah. There's like a few snake gods in mythology that I get mixed up. There's Apophis, there's Quetzalcoatl, the Mayan god, and then there's that weird snake god that Alan Moore worships.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. So that's largely Trials of Apollo.
But Magnus
Magnus
Chase
Chase.
is good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one immensely. And I started reading The Witcher.
Yeah!
Primarily, I've only read The Last Wish.
That's fine. Last Wish is great.
just finished The Last Wish like 5 minutes before I left to come here.
Dude, Last Wish is great.
It was fun. I didn't realize that it was... The Last Wish is mostly just like parodies of fairy tales.
Yeah.
But they're fun.
It's grim takes on grim fairy tales.
Yeah.
Amazing.
In the Witcher universe, where Geralt is a cool guy, but also kind of a loser.
Yeah.
Well,
I love the in between story where he's talking to the girl about the first job he took as a Witcher, the first time he tried to be a hero, and then he saved a girl.
There was like
in
a
caravan,
merchant and his daughter being assailed by bandits on the road, and he
kills
all the bandits.
He kills all the bandits and saves her, and then she throws up because oh my gosh, she sees dead bodies.
Yeah.
And
And
it feels
he's
really
like,
awkward about
and
it.
it's like I thought I was gonna be a super cool hero guy, and she was gonna be all over me, and then she vomited, and her dad ran away with the bandits. Like all the bandits took off, and so did the dad, and then she vomited and passed out. And I don't do that
And
anymore.
it was really awkward.
So I don't do that anymore.
So the next book, Sword of Destiny, is my favorite in the series. It's another short story collection, but there's no in between stories this time.
Okay.
It's friggin' amazing. It's a lot of people's favorite. It's my favorite. Then after that, you have the 5 novels.
Yeah.
The third one is my favorite of that. Then fourth, then fifth, 2-1, I would say. And somewhere around 2 would be where I'd put The Last Wish. I really like The Last Wish, but the other novels I like more.
Yeah.
And then the first novel's the weakest, but it's just because it's all set up.
Yeah.
Because the five novels kind of read as one novel almost, just one big long story.
Yeah.
So the first 2 especially are a lot of setup, but at least the end of 2 is a big climax.
Alrighty.
So
Yeah. And then I read all those, and then I go play The Witcher 1.
yeah, just like me.
Yeah. And since
then-
I've been playing Morrowind so long, I don't think the jank will even bother me.
It's janky.
Well, here's the
even
thing.
for
I've
Morrowind.
played like 2 hours of the
Yeah.
first game, so I know what the
But
jank
you
is.
haven't even gotten to potion making.
I've
Well,
potion.
No, you
I've
made
potions.
a potion, but you haven't gotten to the real meat of potion making. Blade oils, using different swords for different enemies.
I got
using
to like
different
the
styles.
second. I got to the second area. I beat like the first.
Oh
like
yeah,
the hound.
you did.
I
you
beat
did,
the
you said
hound.
that. Yeah, you beat the hound.
And I got a little way. I got to like the swamp.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's
So
swamp.
I kind of know the jank.
Yeah, that swamp just
The swamp.
And then there's like I think in chapter 3 there's like a set of like 5 fetch quests in between 3 different areas that all have loading screens.
Oh boy.
What a game!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds gonna be
absolutely
fun.
fantastic. No
So
jank
yeah,
at all.
No jank.
I know about the jank. I know the jank,
It's
and I can meld the jank to my whim.
It is a janky game for crazy people.
Yeah.
That
And I
sounds
kind of
about
love
right.
it.
Whereas Witcher 2 is a janky game for normal people.
Yeah.
And
So
Witcher
it's-
3 is a good game.
Witcher 3 is just a good game. So
But
let's
not a
see.
good Fallout game.
No, not a good
No,
Fallout game.
no, of course not. Let's see.
Terrible Fallout game, really. I don't know why they didn't just call it not Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. Ridiculous.
It's probably mostly about it, unless you want me to talk about Persona 4 Golden for another 2 hours.
I mean, I wouldn't be entirely opposed to that, but I do have stuff that I should talk about.
Give it to us.
So,
Go.
the main thing, aside from reading, that I've spent the majority of my time doing, the majority of my free time doing, is I've been playing a crap ton of Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory.
Hey, of course.
I've been playing so much of that game. I've gotten to be pretty darn good at that game.
Hey.
When I go online and play the versus battles, I've lost like 3 times.
Oh my God.
It's kind of nuts. And I finally got through, and I got full chain on every single song on Proud Mode.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna go for all excellent, not yet, because some of those songs are just not fun to try to go for full excellent on. Like the final boss of the game and KH3's final boss was just a nightmare to get full chain on because it's doing the boss. It's a boss battle, so the boss battle has different mechanics from the main meat of the game, and it's nuts. But the field battle version of that too was also difficult because the beginning of the song starts off like it has like a big build up that's pretty easy, and then when the song gets started, it's
The exact pattern.
I know the exact pattern, but I can't tap it out consistently.
Yeah. You've done it so many times.
Yes,
It's
about
beaten
like
into
that.
your DNA.
It's about like that, and it goes on for like a full like 5-10 seconds of that.
Oh,
So once you get past that, it's not even over because there's a part where it's just da 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 da, and that part's easy. But then it gets to a part where it's also throwing in notes in there that you have to hit at the same time, and it's not at like a consistent rate because it's following the melody instead of the rhythm. It's hard. I love it. I love it so much. So now that's going to be my podcast game because I'm going to go through and I have to
every single time
clear
for the next year.
I have to clear all the songs on standard and beginner to get all the trophies.
Oh, there you go. You're gonna platinum it?
Yes, I am. I'm definitely going to platinum it. There's also feats in the game that go beyond that. Some of the feats are what you need to do for trophies. Others are just other stuff like get all excellent on every song, and I don't know if I'm ever going to do that. I don't know if I'm ever going to do that.
Excellent.
I love that game, but I put more than 40 hours into it, so...
You love that game, but that's like beating 50 extra hard bosses in Hollow Knight.
Yes, something like that, yes. Oh, boy. Fantastic game. Absolutely a joy for me because easily my favorite part of the Kingdom Hearts series is the music, so a game that just revolves around the music is just a dream come true. It's awesome. And I hope there's DLC that adds in more Kingdom Hearts 3 music because there's not a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3 music.
I'm sure there will be.
Probably.
Yeah.
The other game that I've spent a good amount of time in is apropos of nothing, I played and beat God of War 3.
Oh, really?
Yes. The remastered version was on sale on Black Friday, or maybe not on sale at GameStop, but they did like a buy 2 get 1 free for pre-owned games, so I just decided I'll grab that. Apropos of nothing. That's a good game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Bayonetta weapon.
Do they have a Bayonetta weapon in there?
The weapon basically works like Bayonetta, where you hold down the attack button in your combos and it does more damage.
Okay.
I forget what they're called. It's the electric weapon, and just you hold it down and it just goes around and whips things.
Yeah.
That one I enjoyed, but the Nemean Cestus weapon was probably a little broken because it just stunned enemies so easily.
Made you appreciate how different it was compared to the new one.
Yes. It's bizarre because I've only played God of War Dad of Boy.
Yeah.
I've only played Dad of Boy. But I knew the story of 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Kratos gets really mad. He kills Ares, and then he tries to kill himself. But then they make him the God of War, and it's really poetic and everything. That's the end of God of War 1. God of War 2, he does a bunch of stuff and Zeus betrays him, so he tries to kill Zeus, and then he has to go and finish the fight.
Yep.
And then God of War 3 happens, and he finishes the fight and he kills Zeus, and then the entire Greek Isles, or the entire Ionian Peninsula is thrown into absolute chaos. Woo! Come on. There we go.
And then he tries to kill himself again.
And then he tries to kill himself again, but apparently it doesn't work.
Oh no!
Oh no, it didn't work. And then Data Boy happens.
Yep.
And he's very remorseful for his actions. The tone of Data Boy and God of War 3 could not be more different because the game is half taking itself seriously and half not at all.
Yeah. Because
you have sometimes it's just in different sections. Like there's the section where you kill Hephaestus, where it's like Hephaestus betrays you because he thinks you're going to kill Pandora, and then Kratos kills him, and it's taken very seriously. Mm-hmm. And then there's a section right before where you bang Aphrodite, and it's just like, oh, this didn't age well at all. This didn't age well at all. or the first line of the game where Kratos is like, Zeus, your son has returned.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love this voice actor, but sometimes it gets a little over the top.
That was Kratos during his edgy teen phase, and now the new God of War is him during his aged dad phase.
Yes. It's weird though because it's like all the things Kratos does are horrible things. He's destroying the world on his quest to get revenge. Mm-hmm. And it's presented as Kratos is really bad. You killed Poseidon and now the entire world is flooded.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Very good.
You killed Helios. The sun's gone. Now you're carrying around, but then you're carrying around his head and using it as an item weapon to light up the room and stun enemies. Yep. Also voiced by Crispin Freeman. Yeah. So you're carrying around a head voiced by Crispin Freeman. But it's like the writing for the most part, the story itself is Kratos is doing a bunch of bad things. He's a bad man doing bad things on his quest for vengeance, which might be justified, but all of his actions along the way, it's not justified. Yeah. But then the camera's like, look at how cool Kratos is. Oh my gosh. Look at him. He ripped that guy's head off. Oh, isn't it so cool? Yeah. Wow. It's like, okay. It's
like I said, it's his edgy teen phase.
Yeah. It's like the game is it's like Batman versus Superman, where the whole story is about, is Superman a bad guy? Can we trust someone with this much power? But then the camera's like, look at this man, he is literally Jesus. Oh my gosh. He is literally falling through the air doing a Christ pose.
Amazing.
It was fun. And the gameplay, I don't like the combat as much. Yes, Sammy.
Goodbye.
The shy cat.
Yep.
Yes. I don't like the combat as much as Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, but I didn't expect to, because from everything I've heard, the combat is much more basic than Japanese action games. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting that, but it still got a little repetitive toward the end, but thankfully it's a short game, so. Mm-hmm. But I did enjoy the platforming and stuff more than the side questing in Data Boy, but I like the combat in Data Boy more.
Yeah, the combat is so good in Data Boy 2018.
It's fantastic. The only thing in Data Boy's combat that I don't like is the timed abilities, where you do an ability and then it has to recharge.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like those that much, but other than that, I prefer God of War 3's system of magic, where each weapon has a specific spell that you use, and it just costs a bit of magic, and you fill it up in chests. But yeah, God of War 3 is a good game, and you can tell Aphrodite no.
That's the most important part. That's all I needed to know.
Yes, you can tell Aphrodite no, and yeah. Although I will say one of the lines during that sequence that her handmaids say broke the fourth wall completely, and it was like, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. But yeah, that section was a little odd. Moving on from that, I did play a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima.
Hey.
That's a great game.
It's a good game, yeah.
That wind mechanic is the best thing I've ever seen.
I wish my laptop would run it. I don't think it can.
Unfortunately, you would have to install a PlayStation 4 into your laptop to be able to
Yeah, that's very true.
Yes.
I keep forgetting it's not on PC.
Yeah.
Eventually.
A lot of things are.
Well, yeah,
One
you know,
of these
they did
Well,
put...
hey,
They did
But
put...
the PS5 is able to actually be bought
Yeah.
When there's one available for you in 2025, then you can play it.
eventually.
They did put Horizon Zero Dawn on the PC, so there's a chance. There's a chance. But that wind mechanic is the best thing ever because I can keep looking at the world while still going, hey, where am I supposed to go? And then just flick, oh, the wind's blowing this way. I just go this way.
Yeah,
It's great.
nice.
It's great. Screw being a ninja, I want to be a samurai.
Yeah, same. I just equipped the most defense-heavy armor and just rushed into every battle.
But see, I would do that, except that the traveler's armor or the wanderer's armor shows me where secrets are.
Oh, fair enough.
So I have to wear that all the time.
Yeah.
I have to wear that all the time. But I do want to get one of those rice hats so I can look as Kurosawa as possible. Good lord! The opening of that game is the most Kurosawa thing I've ever seen.
It really is.
And then you ride into the field of lilies where you fought the boss in Metal Gear Solid 3, and it was great.
You can even find her body in the field.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh man, what a good game! I haven't played a ton. The old lady is the best character.
She's so good. The one who's trying to avenge her kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she just kills everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I love her story.
She's
So
great.
good.
And that Archer guy sounds like a big coward.
Yeah.
Sounds like a big coward.
Are you playing in English like a plebe, like a non-weeb plebe, or are you
I am
doing
playing
Japanese
in
audio?
English because I want to be able to know what they are saying while I am playing the game without having to read subtitles.
For shame, Zach.
Listen, if I was gonna do the Japanese dub, I would have to play in Kurosawa mode,
No, okay, fair enough.
where it's all black and white.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of grain, and like the
Yes.
audio is all like tinny.
Even though Kurosawa made movies in color, but oh well.
No,
Yep.
Who cares?
Okay.
Nobody cares about Ron, and it's sad. I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Revelations. That's okay.
Downgrade from Brotherhood.
Downgrade from Brotherhood. I can tell that, boy, the budget was all going to Assassin's Creed 3 because you get a bunch of missions where instead of, like in Brotherhood, you would have a cutscene, and instead the cutscene is Ezio standing and the other person's model is standing and they're both mouth flapping.
Yep.
Ezio, I'm in this cage. Please go find the guard and free me. I'll help you out. And Ezio's like, okay, I will do that.
Okay.
I am old now. My back hurts.
Have I mentioned I'm old?
I need to take my pills.
My
sister,
a master assassin. Okay, Grandpa.
my sister is trying to put me in an old folks home. I don't like it there.
It's more Transylvania than
I was
Italian.
Going a little Transylvania. Dracula. Blah, blah, blah. I need to watch Hotel Transylvania 2 and 3. That movie was good.
Do we really need to?
Yes. Hotel Transylvania 1 was great.
Yeah, but do we really need to watch the sequels? I don't think. I think I can skip the sequels.
But the movie was good. I'll give Adam... Listen, I will give Adam Sandler a chance when he proves himself.
One of these days. One of these days.
It's like when that happens.
That was a good one. Come on.
I don't know. I think he did pretty good in Jack and Jill. I think that one's a pretty solid Sandler flick.
Do you like the part where Al Pacino made a Dunkin' Donuts commercial?
And then swore it off and said, never show this ever. Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Adam Sandler is a talented person who can act very well when he gives a crap.
Yeah. I loved him in Uncut Gems. Oh my god, he's the biggest sleazebag in the universe in Uncut Gems.
I freaking love Meyerowitz Stories.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's got him, it's got Ben Stiller, and it's got Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman says, the old dad who was like tried to be an artist, never really got that big. Adam Sandler is the older son who also wants to be an artist and isn't really that successful. Ben Stiller's the younger son who actually became successful doing business and stuff. And the dad's getting old and starting to fail mentally. And there's stuff with all that. It's great. It's a great
I'll have to check it out.
It's a great movie, and it got completely panned at all the awards, as great movies do. Death of Stalin, panned. Meyerowitz Stories, panned. Logan, panned.
Rip.
All these great movies just
Going
got
out for
panned.
the homies.
Well, it's a good thing nobody cares about the Oscars anymore.
Yep.
If we will even have another Oscar.
Yes.
We'll see.
Oh boy.
It'll only be Netflix movies going forward.
the Netflix awards shows where we act like Netflix is the only streaming platform out there. That's about all I played.
Nice.
I played a little Black Flag, but it's Black Flag.
Yeah.
What more do I gotta say?
Yeah.
It's a great game.
Pirate.
I watched a bit more of Utopia. And then I was like, wow, this is getting really good. I like this show a lot. I really like some of these characters. The plot's really cool. And then I found out, they canceled it.
Oh no.
So the person who told me that it had already been renewed for a second season was wrong.
Lies.
They canceled it because they canceled it because the show is about like it hit a bit close to home for people because because the show is about a new disease showing up.
Oh,
right.
no.
And then a vaccine being made, and the vaccine is made by a bunch of evil people. Then people are like, this is hitting a little close to home.
Like,
I don't like this. And then they didn't watch the show, even though it's a really good show.
Yeah.
And it also came out like right after The Boys season 2, so everyone was already like, I'm done. I already canceled my Amazon Prime subscription. So. and then the critics didn't like it because because we're critics.
Yeah, fair enough.
We are film critics.
Yeah,
we don't like this.
Yeah.
Also, this is relevant, but in a way that we don't like.
It's not relevant in all the right ways.
Not relevant in all the right ways. We want things to be new, fresh, demanding, and relevant.
Yeah.
Not like this though. We don't like that.
No,
Not
thanks.
that one.
No thanks.
Sucks because it's a good show.
Rip.
Maybe I'll have to watch the British version.
No. I don't think it's anything like the American version though.
No, except for the scene with the rubbing salt in the guy's eye, then bleach, and then spooning it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Rough. That's a rough scene.
And it is less graphic than a scene from Star Trek Picard where they rip a guy's eye out.
Amazing.
Oof.
Fantastic.
When I think of Star Trek, I think of gore.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
I think of gratuitous gore.
Yeah.
That is Star Trek to me.
More of it.
I also just curse all the time. That's Star Trek to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Star Trek needs to be edgier. That's what I think.
That's what Star Trek
And more
needs to be.
comedic.
Yes, also more.
It needs to
comedic.
have an animated comedy. if we
Yes,
want it.
in the
forgot
same
that
vein
existed.
as Rick and Morty.
I forgot that existed.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing with Star Trek?
Can't wait to see it get 12 seasons.
God. Oh my gosh. Please stop. The one thing I can say about Star Trek is I'm glad I'm not a big Star Trek fan because I have enough trouble being a Star Wars fan.
Yep.
You know, at least Star Trek got mostly good stuff. Mostly.
Did it though?
Well, okay, the
For a
original
while.
series is
Original
good.
series,
Next Generation.
What was it?
The-
Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space
Then you
Nine.
had the movies, the J.J. Abrams
Some-
movies were mostly good.
Mostly
Yeah.
good.
Mostly good.
Some of the older movies were good.
Yeah.
But then you also had Voyager.
Yeah.
Yeah, Enterprise.
Enterprise was kind of
You had.
It was divisive. Some
you had a
people
lot of the
liked
bad
it.
movies. Pretty much all the Next Generation movies.
Look, we'll call it split right down the middle. Okay?
You have Discovery, and now you
Split
have
evenly
Picard,
down the
and you have
middle.
that animated show.
They had a lot of really good stuff for a long while, and then
And then Gene Roddenberry left
yeah,
We'll
or
just
died.
We'll
I
just
can't
call
remember.
it even.
Yeah.
Probably both.
Did he die or did he leave?
He probably left and then died.
That might be it.
Or he may have died and then left.
And then Alex Kurtzman came in, and Red Letter Media hates him.
Yep.
Very nice.
That my entire knowledge of Alex Kurtzman comes from Red Letter Media complaining about Alex Kurtzman and how he doesn't understand what Star Trek was built on, and just tries to make it into Star Wars.
Yeah. I think we need more. How about we get a Star Wars Star Trek crossover? Man?
Oh no!
Imagine the money to be made.
Imagine the money to be made, just like that King Kong and Godzilla crossover.
It's coming. It's coming.
Rampage, guys. Remember Rampage? Remember the Rampage movie?
Oh my god!
It came out. It actually came out. It had The Rock in it.
Yep.
And they had to make the gorilla white because people who own the rights to King Kong are insane.
Yeah.
Almost as insane as Toho, who owns the rights to Godzilla. Almost.
So what else you been watching?
That's about all I've watched aside from a bunch of YouTube stuff. I watched there's a channel White Light. Always.
Yeah.
Always clips of HoloLive.
Let's just go. That goes without saying.
That goes without saying. It will be a news story when we don't watch HoloLive.
Yes.
But I found a channel called White Light, and he did a bunch of analysis videos on Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, interesting.
Starting from Black Flag, which I'm a little disappointed in because he talks a bit about Assassin's Creed 3 and compares the combat and how Assassin's Creed 3 combat, while not very difficult, was harder than Black Flag's combat because gun enemies were more plentiful, and the gun enemies are the most dangerous enemies in those games. Because you're fighting in a group and all of a sudden you're gonna get shot at, and there were a lot more of the gun enemies in 3. And I do remember because I played 3.
Yeah.
There were a lot more gun enemies than there are in Black Flag,
But-
and Black Flag's combat is piss easy.
Yeah.
No.
It's fun, but it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I have more trouble with Brotherhood and Revelations combat than with Black Flag's combat.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's and I watched his entire video on Assassin's Creed Unity, and it starts off like, wow, this game is actually great now that they fixed all the bugs, and then it goes on and it's like, oh, this game has a lot of problems too. Okay,
Yeah.
it's got great
I
moments,
have
but
played a fair amount of Unity, and while the bugs have been fixed, the basic of moving is too fluid, and I can't ever get him to go where I want him to go.
I've heard that it's one of those things where once you get it, it clicks, and it's the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
But even then, there's still some things that Assassin's Creed 1 did better.
Yeah.
Where the jump is always consistent in Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah.
And in Unity and pretty 2 on, basically, it's very inconsistent.
It's very inconsistent. It's super fun when I'm just trying to run in a straight line, and he teleports 10 feet to the left and starts trying to climb a hedge.
Oh yeah, that's
he won't stop humping it. And I'm like, just move! I'm trying to chase a man. I'm like, all right, here's the plan. Knock this guy out, go climb over the rail, drop down, climb through window, and drop down, drop too far. Okay, go back up, go back to left. To the right, to the right, up, and now we're spotted, and now I'm shot, and now I'm on the ground, and I'm dead, and okay.
And you're dead because Unity's combat is actually difficult.
It does, yeah. So it very much incentivizes being sneaky, but it's hard to be sneaky when I can't get him to go where I need him to go.
Remember trying to chase down the sea shanties in Black Flag?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That was fun.
All right, I've almost got it. Jump to the left. Jump to the left. Jump to the right. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Cha-cha.
Nearly knocked over the table.
Explosion.
That was an explosion of energy that nearly knocked the table over.
Well, you know what? It's entertainment for our
and it was well-deserved anger.
That's ASMR. Yes. That's Assassin's Creed 3 jump ASMR for you guys.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed 3 jump mukbang.
I will get they automated more as time went on with all the climbing and stuff, and the automation got better. But even then, it's still rough. Yeah. And Assassin's Creed 1, it was difficult to get a handle of, but once you got a handle of, you could just do it.
Yeah.
And then Assassin's Creed 2, it was more automated, and it was rough in Assassin's Creed 2.
It was rough, but they got it pretty good in 4
In Brotherhood,
and,
yeah.
and,
And then Black
Flag.
And I'll give 3 credit. Jumping, free running through trees is really good.
It was fun, yeah.
And they carried it over to Black Flag, which is a better game.
Yeah. So I never clicked for me in Unity, and I got to like the halfway point in the story, and it still hadn't clicked, and I kind of just dropped
Did you
it.
get to Napoleon?
No.
I've heard Napoleon.
I got to the where you fight on the.
Oh, on Notre Dame?
Yeah.
I've heard that's the best part of the game.
It was super good, story-wise. But now I'm just stuck in missions because I can't ever get him to do the things I need him to do.
Of course. Why would
I can't sneak.
Why would
It's
he
very
do the
hard
things
to-
you need him to do?
It's very hard to sneak when he won't listen to my inputs.
Arno's his own man.
Arno-
Oh, did you love the plot? Okay, so the future plot, you know, the present day plot
What
in
future
Assassin's
plot?
Creed.
Yeah.
You remember that, right? You remember
What?
that was the thing?
What future plot?
Okay, so
Struggle to remember it.
I think that Ubisoft forgot about it in Unity because the way it
I
works
kind of forgot about it.
is they're going into Arno's past because Arno found a piece of Eden. He found a piece of Eden. Wow,
Yeah.
what a shock! We're trying to find another piece of Eden,
in
and then
Assassin's Creed.
it ends with he buried it in the catacombs underneath one specific skull that we will never find.
It'll never happen.
We will never find this skull. Ever. Literally. It is impossible to find.
Do they even have the present day plot in the new games?
I think they do. I played the
It's
first,
very superficial.
I played up to the title drop in Origins, and then when the title drop was trying to load in, it went at like 2 frames a second. And the audio was fine,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
visuals were just 2 frames a second.
Yeah.
And
Similar
then-
with me in Origins.
And then
Like, I got
I
to
stopped
Vengeance.
playing.
And the whole time, the character models, all the faces were super detailed, but everything else was potato.
Oh, so L.A. Noire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except L.A. Noire, it's just
Yeah.
suits, so it doesn't have to look all that good.
Yeah. And I wasn't a big fan of the new combat.
Yeah, new
It
combat's a
didn't-
little weird.
It didn't have a click for me yet. I mean, I just haven't bothered to play more.
Yeah. It's a good game, but it's not a good Fallout
Yeah, I was just
game.
about,
It's not a good Assassin's Creed game.
I've heard very good things about Odyssey once you get 20 hours in.
Yeah.
The classic 3-episode rule
Yeah.
for gaming.
And I've heard that Valhalla would be great if they could fix the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The old Cyberpunk 2077 strategy, baby.
Oh, boy.
Though Cyberpunk is good, even with the bugs.
Yes.
So at least it's got that going for it.
Yes. The one other thing I did play. I've started a playthrough of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep
Aha.
because it's one of the few that I've never actually beaten. I beat Terra's story in the game, but I never beat Venner Aqua's. So
Which one is that? Is that the Game Boy Advance one?
that's the PSP one.
PSP.
Okay.
The Game Boy Advance one is the other one I've never beaten,
Aha.
where I almost got to the end of Sora's story in that, and it just got really freaking hard, and I couldn't ever do it. So I'll do it again on the PS2 version on the PS4.
Mhm.
But from what I've heard, the gameplay in that isn't as good as the Game Boy version because it's not as balanced. Because
Yeah.
Sonic Blade is broken. just an attack that stuns enemies and does a ton of damage and heals you.
Ooh.
Nice. Very nice.
Just load up your deck with that because it's cards. It's cards, yo.
Yeah.
But Birth by Sleep has issues, but it's a fun game until you have to do the endgame content with Terra because the bosses aren't particularly well designed.
Uh-oh.
But Ven and Aqua have a dodge roll where once you get it to max level, because you level up literally everything in the game,
Yep.
you literally have no recovery frames, so you can just chain dodge into dodge into dodge and be completely invincible. Terra always has recovery frames.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he just gets crapped on all the time. And people are figuring out ways to fight the bosses with Terra, but it's still a nightmare.
Yeah. I'm sure.
So I'm playing on critical mode because I hate myself.
Yeah, apparently.
Yes. As for what I've been reading, welcome
Give it
to the Brandon Sanderson Hour,
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Of course.
the Cosmere Hour. I finished book 2 of the Stormlight Archive, Words of Radiance. And now we are finally into the stuff that is really marketable of this series.
I may need to use the restroom real quick.
Towards the end of book 2.
Just continue on.
Go for it.
I don't think I've missed much.
It's good! It's the best! It's like when I say this, Attack on Titan is one of the best, is probably, earlier this year, I would have said that Attack on Titan was probably the best story of the past decade. Now I'd say Stormlight Archive is.
What about? Oh well, I guess technically, I was gonna say what about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but then technically that came out.
That started before.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I would agree.
The end of Words of Radiance, we finally get the stuff that's really marketable about the series, the stuff that people really, really like once they're into the series.
Yeah.
But it's at the end of book 2.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yes. The publishers really took a risk with this series because, like, Brandon Sanderson was well known at the time, fairly well known at the time because he had Mistborn, and he was in the process of finishing The Wheel of Time.
Right, yeah. My friend just finished reading all of the Wheel of Time
Oh,
books.
dear Lord,
Yeah.
he did it!
Yeah. He's like, finally, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Because there's so many books.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I've heard it's amazing.
Yeah, he adores it.
Yeah,
It's one of his favorite series.
I have started book 1. I got through the prologue and chapter 1. I will say nothing else because that's not enough for me to go on. Other than this feels like a very classic fantasy, whereas Stormlight Archive does not.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. It's fantastic. I absolutely loved it. There
awesome.
are moments where I'm reading it at school while I'm substitute teaching, and there are moments where I almost cheered out loud at something happening, like yes, and it followed immediately by me almost yelling no as the character makes a decision, and then once they make that decision, I'm like, I can't even blame you.
Just assign it to all of the kids to read in class. That way they can cheer along with you.
I wish. Oh, and it's great. And now there's getting more connections with Cosmere. And then I get to the end of the book, and it's like, that's that thing right there is a major plot point in one of the other books.
Ooh.
What is it doing here? And what does that mean with it being here in this specific situation? I'm very worried.
Yep.
It's great. It's fantastic. I love it. Can't wait. I almost hated to go back to Mistborn Era 2 because I wanted to just keep going with Stormlight.
Yeah.
But I persisted, and I kept going with publication order, which means more short stories.
Hey.
So, first up on the list was Sixth of the Dusk.
Sixth of the Dusk, huh?
Which, much like Shadows for Silence and the Force of Hell, is a very literal title because the main character's name is Sixth of the Dusk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Makes sense.
The world is kind of inspired by like Polynesian stuff, where it's the main character is what's called a trapper, and he has a specific island that he goes to that's his island that he traps on, and it's the island is almost like a god in the religion of the world. Each of the islands has their own name, and this particular island has a bit of a personality because it's a very, very, very dangerous island. It's the biggest island there, and it's very, very, very dangerous. And he's going about his business, and he comes across this lady who he had met before out on the mainland, and she was like some kind of scientist or something. And he's like, "How'd you end up here? You're not supposed to be here." And then it's like, "Oh, well, we're trying to do this experiment thing." And then the experiment goes off, and everything goes wrong. And he's like, "We need to stop that now." And then the rest of it is them trying to get back out of the jungle at night. And there's really bad things at night in the jungle.
That sounds neat.
It's great. I don't know if he's going to do anything more. I don't think he has anything planned more with that world. He does have stuff planned for Shadows for Silence's world, but I don't think he has anything planned for that world.
Okay.
Then the other short story I read is Alamancer Jack and the Pits of Eltania. I think Eltania.
Alamancer Jack.
Alamancer Jack.
That's one heck of a
okay.
name.
So when I was reading this for Era 2, I talked about how there was like little newspaper things, and they had ads in the newspaper like anti car union ads from carriage companies and things like that. And one of the things they had were these Alamancer Jack stories.
That's so good.
It's like old timey adventure serials.
That's so good.
It's great.
Man.
And so the short story Alamancer Jack and the Pits of Eltania is a collection of 3 episodes of that, sold as one volume with annotations by the Alamancer Jack steward.
Amazing.
And it's annotation and commentary, and it's the driest, most sarcastic commentary ever. Like, Jack is narrating as dear reader, I was trapped in this situation, but I was able to find little bits of tin in the wall with which I could replenish my stores of tin. And then the steward's like, I don't know if this is actually possible. I've never heard of this ever being done before. He insists that it was done, but whatever. And then when his girlfriend shows up in the situation and is talking like, oh Jack, I'm so glad you're here and stuff like that, and the steward's like she didn't say any of this. she when I showed this to her, she laughed. Anyone who knows her knows this is not real. And then there's like one line that she says that's more sarcastic and witty, and she's like, this is the only line that she actually said, and she forced him to put it in.
Amazing.
It's great. It's great. And in the postscript, Brandon says like that writing those was some of the most fun I've ever had.
That's so cool. I love that.
And after that, I got to book 2 of Mistborn Era 2, Shadows of Self. It's great. It's a lot less weighty than Stormlight Archive or Mistborn Era 1. Mm-hmm. The stakes are a lot lower, which is fine because of the kind of story it is. I've heard people describe Mistborn Era 2 as Indiana Jones in the Mistborn universe.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I would say it's more Indiana Jones mixed with Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
Because book 1 and 2 take place mostly in the big city, so there's a lot more mystery solving and crime solving in the city.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
But but in book 2 specifically, you also find like here's the monument to the characters in Mistborn Era 1. Let's go in and underneath those and see what's going on under there. And there's a lot more direct connections to Era 1, and it's great. I really enjoyed it.
Wow, that's super cool.
And the last page is my favorite last page of any Cosmere book. It's fantastic. The last few paragraphs are some of the best, most emotionally satisfying and weighty paragraphs I've read, and it shot one character from being kind of in the middle of the pack of my favorite characters to being up near the top, definitely the top of my Mistborn Era 2 favorite characters. And she's great, and so far I've started the Bands of Mourning, which is the last book so far in Mistborn Era 2, and she's playing a bigger role, and I'm happy about that.
That feels like me with Attack on Titan with the character of what's her name? Blonde hair. Krista, yes, that one. No, like with that one scene she has.
Yeah.
With the I'm trying to be as
with the needle.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's such a great scene. I love that scene so much. I have that. Yes. I have the song that plays in the background of that section in my YouTube playlist, and I play it every time I go for a run. Dude, it's so good.
The music that plays at the moment where the guy just says screw it and says the thing. Oh, it's so good. Like the thing breaks off and falls down, and then it's just quiet, and then it just quiet. The music quietly chimes in. And it's great. It's my favorite moment in the whole series so far that's been animated. Yeah. Oh my! And then the music comes back in season 3, part 2, but with vocals this time. Mm-hmm. When person does the thing and big boom.
Oh yes.
Oh, it's so good. This world is just that cruel.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. We live in a cruel world.
We live in a very cruel world. Sucks, man. I'm sorry about that. And listen, I wish it didn't have to be this way, but this world is just really cruel. It's just a cruel world.
This is a cruel world, and we wish Mitchell would watch the cruelty.
At some point, we will. When Mitchell catches up, we'll have a big old spoiler cast.
Yes.
Yep.
Watch it, Mitchell. Mitchell, watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it.
It's on the list. It's on the list. There is no list.
That's what they all say.
Other than that, I did my tradition around Christmas time and I read Christmas Carol.
Hey.
It's Christmas Carol.
Yeah, it's Christmas Carol.
It's very, very, very good.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Oh, I did when I finished Words of Radiance. I went online and I found theories from the time that it came out, deciphering ciphers in the book that show up. They have little before at the beginning of a lot of chapters they have like a little blurb from a quote from a book or a thing or something, and then later on there's this thing where it's like this big puzzle and some of the things are that's like big clues to things, but you got to figure it out. One of them is just a bunch of numbers, and people figured it out.
Oh my god!
And they figured it out I don't know if it was even a month after the book came out on the internet.
Dang, that's crazy. That's so cool. What?
So I've been reading a bit of those, trying desperately to stay away from spoilers for Oathbringer. I'm pretty safe from spoilers from Rhythm of War, even though that's the most recent one, but it's the most recent one, so people are still figuring out stuff from that.
Of course.
But Oathbringer is there. I've been since I'm just flying through Mistborn Era 2, I'm looking ahead and seeing okay, what else do I need for when I finish this? And the next thing on the list is after Mistborn Secret History, which I can't wait for because I want to know all the background stuff, all the crazy behind the scenes kind of stuff, not like meta behind the scenes, but behind the scenes in the story of what's going on. But after that is White Sand Volume 1, which is the graphic novel.
Oh, I didn't know they had a graphic novel. That's awesome.
I can't find Volume 1 anywhere. I can find Volume 2 and Volume 3 easy on Amazon. I look on Amazon for Volume 1, and it's sold at scalper prices, $100 for a volume of a graphic novel, and I'm like, I'm not paying that price for this thing.
Do they have it on Kindle?
I think they might, but I don't know if I want to read it like that.
That's fair. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to read it like that. So I may wait because I hear rumors of an omnibus where they add more stuff and they fix artwork and stuff. Towards the end of Volume 2, I heard they changed artists because of stuff going on or something. There were disagreements or something, or just trouble with the artwork or something.
Yeah.
It's generally considered to be kind of the black sheep of the Cosmere. So, it's a universe where it's mostly just Brandon Sanderson writing.
Yeah.
And then graphic novel.
Yeah. Here you go, guys.
Graphic novel.
Or something.
It's something, and then there are people who are like, oh my gosh, I love it, and there are people like, I don't like it. So. Who knows? There is a prose version of it in the short story collection, but I don't think it finishes out Volume 1.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. It has some of the pages in black and white, but again, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. But yeah, that seems to be about it for me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
I think that covers all of our bases then.
How long have we been going?
How long have we been going?
2 hours.
My God.
Well, do we want to talk about Persona 4 Golden Small?
All right, well, let's talk about Persona 4 Golden. All right.
5 hours.
Let me see. I had to grind for levels for 3 hours because it turns out I was fighting bosses severely underleveled.
Oh, that's amazing.
Because I sent you the picture where I got Teddy and Rize at level.
Oh yeah.
And I'm almost 7 levels under.
Yeah.
So I had to spend 3 hours level grinding.
Oh.
And I bought all of the.
We never broke out the eggnog.
Hey.
Break out the eggnog. Let's talk about Persona.
And
I got all of the bonus.
To be truthful.
I don't know if I'm a big eggnog guy. I haven't had eggnog in I don't know if ever. Hold on, let's first eggnog. I think it's mixing with the leftover apple cider.
Oh, very good.
Oh boy.
That's the flavor. How is it? Describe the taste to me.
It's creamy.
All right.
Creamy.
It does look
but
creamy.
Yeah, not too much. I've never had it either.
creamy, sweet.
Oh. Alright.
Oh, turn it.
Stop it.
You guys excited for Persona 5 Strikers?
Oh, it's finally coming out.
The official sequel to Persona 5?
It is coming out.
You do not look like you like that eggnog.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. That's thick.
Yeah, that's thick.
I can smell it.
I
Oh my
know.
god, it's so aromatic.
It's listen. I would love for something like this as a candle.
Anyway,
Yeah, let's see.
should we tap out there then?
I guess so. Let's
suppose.
hope Persona 5 Strikers is better than Age of Calamity.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Let's hope it
I've-
doesn't have
I've-
any of this alternate timeline crap.
I've heard Age of Calamity is really cool gameplay wise. If only it didn't make the Switch melt.
Yeah, I
Does
played the
it
demo,
fun?
and the combat, super fun. The story kills it for me, though.
Rip.
Rip. Well, Persona 5 Strikers is a canonical sequel,
Yes.
Darn.
and it's actually coming out officially. So I'll be able to listen to my fun English voice actors.
Yee.
No. You must listen in Japanese like I did.
Did
No.
you freaking play that
I
game?
did.
in
I
Japanese? Oh
played
my
the game in
gosh.
Japanese.
Ah,
I forgot.
Only.
Ah.
If you think I'm about to consume a piece of Japanese media in dub form,
But Matthew
you're
Mercer
kidding.
is Yusuke.
I love Mr. Mercer's work, but I would never taint the great Japanese work that is Persona 5 with American voice actors. Thank you very much.
You're one of those people who watches Cowboy Bebop subbed.
No, okay, I wouldn't go that far, okay? Look, I'm crazy, alright, but I wouldn't go that far.
One of those people who watches Bakano subbed.
You're one of those people that watches Ghost Stories sub.
Yeah, I did. What do you mean?
What do you mean? That was a nice wholesome show.
Nice wholesome show.
Well bland, but it's fine.
The show's so boring, there's no way they could make the dub good compared to the sub. No way.
Go watch the Ghost Stories dub. It's fantastic.
Please. Anyway.
I've seen Ghost Stories.
I'm looking at you, but I'm talking to the
Okay,
microphone.
you were like making direct eye contact,
To the
and I'm like,
imagined
excuse you.
To our 2 million viewers listening at home. Go watch some Ghost Stories dub. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Goodbye, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Hanukkah.
So when do I stop being possessed by the ghost of Christmas present? It's a little awkward.
Whenever the Ghost of Christmas Future comes along.
Like I feel like I'm about to grow old and die and have two weird children underneath my robes, and it's a little bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm also not a fan of showing this much chest.
Mm-hmm.
No worry,
It's
you're
fine.
gonna
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Am I gonna grow old and die though?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
We all will.
Oh, but on Christmas Day.
Well, that's on you.